Today I'm going to go over some tips and tricks on how you can get better at Modern Warfare 3 ranked play. There's different areas that you can improve in, and I want to make sure that I broadly cover a bunch of them so you can actually take away some tips and tricks to improve your Modern Warfare 3 ranked play games and get out of the hard select division that you are currently in. So first off, when it comes to aim, your aim is all sloppy and you're all over the place. You're trying to do too much at times and you need to slow down. You either need to slow down or you need to get better aim. So there's two things you can do here. One, for currently in the game, you need to slow down. You need to play the proper game, hold your lines of sight, and play the game smarter. Not necessarily you have to have the best aim in the world. You just gotta play smarter. You don't have to be flying at people. You don't have to be pushing things. Take out the MCW. If you have bad aim, the MCW is your friend. If you were on controller, pull out your controller, and you move this left stick right here when you're in a gunfight, and you're gonna get rotational aim assist, and that rotational aim assist is going to lock onto the target for you. And that rotational aim assist is gonna be a big help for you mid-gunfight. This will keep you on track, and this will really help you win those medium to long range gunfights. Even close range gunfights, this will help out a lot. It's additional aim assist on top of just the normal slowdown that happens when you go over a player. Now, this will help you out a lot, but something else is going to be centering. And centering is keeping your center dot, the middle of your crosshair, in the spot you believe an enemy is going to be coming from. Making sure that you are putting this in the spot where an enemy could be coming from, or, you know, if you're going through a doorway, make sure it's in the middle of the doorway. If you're jumping through a window, it's in the middle of the window. These are basic things you can do, and this will allow you to improve your mind muscle connection between your thumb and in-game actually, and this will help you get better aim over time. Another thing you can do is play shipment and just get into a lot of engagements. These small map mosh pits are great, but ultimately playing against better players will improve your aim, because if you're playing against bots all day, yeah, bots are great to shoot the warm up, but actually improving your aim and getting your reflexes up and allowing yourself to, you know, unlock your true potential in game, you have to be playing better players consistently, and this will allow you to get better aim over time. And also, you need to find the right sensitivity. I'm sorry, but if you're over 10, you're probably too high. I know people play it and they're very consistent, but if you're clicking on this video and you're really struggling and you need some help, I play 8 and I think I'm at the higher end there. I think a lot of pros even play 6. I think that's between like 4 and like 10 is probably where you need to be. You don't need to be any other spot. I've seen people actually make their horizontal higher than their vertical. If that suits you, that suits you. But these are just some basic things. Aim assist, I run dynamic and then I run standard, I believe. Yeah, I think it's standard and dynamic is what I run. I think that's what a lot of people use. Or no, it's the main, or you can do dynamic and black ops. Okay, moving on. ADS while sliding. This is a major one, guys. This is something you guys are not doing probably. While you slide, you ADS, and people don't like it because they do that little tack stance thing where they go sideways. But instead, you can slide, and while you're sliding, hold the ADS, and the weird thing happens is you basically get a free fast ADS glitch. Because if you slide into this, next thing you know, you are automatically full ADS instantly by the time you're done with your slide. And what does that do? That takes away the slowness it takes sometimes to actually ADS with like an MCW. The Rival 9 has no issue with ADSing, but the MCW does have a slow ADS at times, or a slower. But if you slide, and every time you're sliding, if you're ADSing, even if you pop that tack stance up for a second, that means you're going to be in full ADS when you are done with your slide. Basically, by the time that you were originally going to be playing to shoot the gun, you were already fully ADS, and this will give you, you know, the milliseconds and the maybe even a second advantage on the enemy that the other enemy does not have, and this will allow you to win more gunfights consistently. Movement is a major thing when it comes to improving the game, and movement plays into a lot of different things. It plays in your rotations, your timings, and ability to win more gunfights. So first off, people hit corners really slow. You're not tack sprinting. You're not even hitting the corner fast. Hitting the corner fast means you slide into the corner and you fly around it, and you're not sitting there, you know, wailing around the corner. You're going around the corner and you're hitting it immediately around the corner, and you're not sitting there slowly going around the corner. You know, you can shoulder the corner, but you need to make sure that you are actually flying around the corner, especially if you know you need to hit something fast. There is no time to, you know, slow, just normal sprint. You need to be full sprint there on the corner, and being able to take corners faster and making sure that your crosshair once again is straight, turn, and then straight again. That will allow you to have extremely fast cornering, and this will mean you're going to be a lot faster than the person who goes on that corner and is burger walking around the entire corner. Finding power positions. There's a lot of power positions in this game, and if you can hop on those, you're going to have a higher chance of success while in gunfights. So let's say if you are playing So let's say you're playing on invasion control and you get on mid tank. Mid tank is a power spot. You can sit there on a head glitch basically and run the enemies coming out of palace. It's a really good spot to be for a lot of different things in the game, but if you can put yourself in a position like this, you can consistently get kills over and over and over and help your team. Even if your team is stuck, sometimes there's power positions that you can use to get out. Like Palace, there's a lot of head glitches you can use while in Palace. If you ever played Hardpoint while the Hardpoint was actually in the Palace, you would know this, that Palace is really hard to break. So imagine it when you're stuck there in control, what would you use here to actually get out? Because these people, they could be anywhere. But in this time, you're trying to get through them. They're not trying to get to you, so it's a little bit different. But they're using spots to try to hold you in, so you need to find ways to counter those spots. So Palace does have a lot of good head glitches, but they might be, countering them with other good power positions. And when you die from a spot, you have no idea where it was. Watch the kill cam, because now you've learned yourself another good spot to play when somebody's in the exact same situation that you were in. Learning how to rotate properly. If you are off spawn, you're the first person off spawn, you need to take the long route. You need to secure these spawns for your next team. You don't need to actually secure the next hardpoint location. Instead, the next two people off spawn are going to, or next two people on rotation are going to be the ones that actually try to secure the hardpoint. You don't need to be on a hardpoint 10 seconds early. If you're 10 seconds early, you need to be securing the actual spawns for your team and securing lines of sight for your team, so you can understand where players are coming from and actually manipulate the spawns so that they are benefiting your team, instead of your team just being at a disadvantage because you're on the point. Oh my god, you guys got 10 seconds, and then you get broken because there's two people that are spawning out on your team because they just died off the old, and now you have two teammates on you, but there's 4 people pushing you, so now you're at 2v4 trying to hold the hill, and they know where you're at. It's just a bad situation. But if your teammates spawn close, they're immediate help, and they can immediately help you on the point. So that's why securing the spawns is more important than actually securing the hard point. Yes, you want to get time, but you cannot throw away the spawns, because if you throw away the spawns, you will throw away the entire hard point. Taking routes. Just because you spawn in does not mean you need to straight go right to the hard point, or it does not mean that you need to straightly or it does not mean that you need to run straight to the next power position. People get both mixed up and they never know when to utilize each one. When it's if it's a close game or it's a bang out on the point, yeah, you need to get there immediately. You might need to take a small route, but you have no time to take a long route around the map. However, if your team is locking down, if there's 3 people on your team and they're kind of locking down a hill, P2 on Skid Row, what you can do is you can start taking a route down tunnel and go around and maybe secure the apartment spawns for your team early, like between 20 and 30 seconds left on that hard point, to try to secure the spawns for your team on the next hill. This doesn't mean you're automatically going to secure the spawns, but this might mean you can actually manipulate the spawns eventually to help your team, because you have a good line of sight. You could catch one guy in rotation and the next guy comes through and maybe helps you clear out the rest of them, and now you have spawns 10 seconds into the next hill. Play the long game on every hill and you will always find ways to win, and you will find ways to get more hill time and more kills a lot easier. Actually knowing what you're doing on search is hard, because you need to know the routes and you need to know your timings. You need to know, okay, this is the typical time it takes to hit this spot, and if they're not there, that means that they're probably hitting B Street instead. Just basic stuff like that. You can help your teammates out, and knowing that you're going to be taking a route, and knowing that all your teammates are taking a route and they're hitting a certain spot and waiting for somebody else in the other team to hit a spot, and then you guys can communicate between each other. Oh, they didn't hit here, they must be here, or I don't see anything here, so then maybe they're actually just defaulting in their base and not moving. Just knowing this stuff really helps you guys out. So that's another thing you guys can be worrying about. And every time you play search, always be like, I'm gonna hit B Street fast here, I'm gonna hold this heady, see if there's anybody there. If you have a plan and the plan does not work, you can look at after the round, because you're gonna die probably. You can be like, what did I do wrong? What could I have done to fix it? And then you can try that the next time you're there, and then just keep going over and over. It's a really good way to self-analyze what you're doing good and bad. Playing with your teams. Sometimes baiting is good, sometimes baiting is bad. Sometimes you need to be the one that gets baited. If you are struggling in the game, do not feel like you need to start slaying out. You can literally just run in the hard point and just try to attack somebody, try to get kills. You can run in there, be the bait, and have your teammate come in and get a 2-piece to follow you up. Following, people love Scump jokes that he made an entire career out of following somebody up and getting a 2-piece, and that's kind of true, because if you slide in, you die, and then he gets your trade. Guess what? There should be somebody else get there. That guy's now going for a trade, but that guy might be caught off guard already, because he has, oh, 2 people hit here. Why would they hit? Someone else might be somewhere else. Nope, you're right there. You get a quick 2-piece. Just remember that baiting is not always bad. If you are frying and your teammate wants to go in first for you, just let them. And if you are the one that's struggling, maybe you need to go in first and try to be the one that gets traded. Try to get your kill, obviously. But if you can get a kill, that's great. But if you get traded, that's also a W if you're trying to break the hill. Playing together is a really hard thing, and actually creating distractions And actually creating distractions for your teammates is big as well. Search and destroy, making distractions is big. Sometimes just making distractions, shooting your gun can make enemies rotate from one spot. So if you show 3 presence on like a terminal on B side, they might rotate all out of plane and leave one guy on plane. And if that one guy in your team can get a pick there real quick, now you have the entire plane more than likely empty, and now they're gonna have to rotate back there with you, and hopefully you can get the bomb down and they're gonna have to retake it. Another thing is, if you show presence somewhere, if you know your teammate is in a really good spot to make a play and they might be close to sniffing them out, if you can start shooting in the general area that this guy, let's say you are behind people on high rise and your guy goes, or someone on your team runs around like the jump up on A side and he's about to get there, maybe you throw a flash towards like that crack shack and you start shooting at the area because maybe you think somebody's there. Okay, you distract the guy. Next thing you know, the guy pops up instantly. He knows where he is because he already shot on, because the minimap shows his red dot because he shot back at the person. Even though that person didn't know there was anybody there, now they know there's somebody there, get a quick kill, and now you're already in their office building and you're going to get either a free kill or a free plant out of that. And that guy might get traded over there, but if that guy gets traded, you at least know where somebody else is now. And on offense, if you're taking a route like that and you're getting trades will win you the game, because on offense, that's all you need to do is get into a site. And because they didn't put all 4 people on one site, so you're gonna have a spot where you have a numbers advantage if you keep trading. Game knowledge just between the spawns and map knowledge and credit corners. This is stuff that you guys need to learn. The spawns are pretty simple normally. You spawn here, we spawn here, and we play. For control, you spawn here, they spawn here. You push up too close, they spawn sideways or underground and high rise. That's basically how it will work for control. But then on hard point is where it gets a little chaos. And I've seen so many clips of people spawning directly behind other people. It's kind of crazy. Sometimes you'll get parallel spawns. You'll be spawning on I'll be spawning on opposite sides of the map like this. And other times you'll be spawning all in the same spot. So let's say you have the hard point here, just broad example, like Karachi P5, you're spawning here. Guess what? After you get to kill 3 of them, unless for some reason they're full blocking back here, everybody starts spawning back here. So you're gonna spawn here, they're gonna spawn here, and you're all be running to the point. And it's like that invasion P4, everybody just starts running to the point. Why? It makes no sense, but that's just how the game works. So you're just gonna have to deal with it, guys. Credit spots will win you search and destroys, and they will win you some random games. They're just so good. Like the invasion spot where the invasion on broken building, the little credit corner there. Amazing spot to play. People still don't check it, even though the game's been out for like 4 months now. People still don't check it. But many spots like this, deep corners, people don't check all the time, and many off angles people will not check as well. Like an invasion by B bomb, those pallets on B Street, people don't check those for some reason. You can lay down behind those and almost be completely unseen at times. And it's a really good spot to hold, especially if they smoke that off. You can get up there and you can lay down and they won't even see you. Done it many times and it's worked out a lot of times. With higher tiered players, you might not get away as much, but it's still a good spot to play. And I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you're probably not a top 250, trying to learn more about the game at this point. I want you to drop your rank down below, and I want to see where you guys are at currently, and hopefully we can get you guys up a rank or 2 going into this next season. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, I know you guys will enjoy one of these videos. This video right here will teach you how to aim better, and this video will teach you how to move around the map better.